finds Hupfer in the post as Ada Hupfer can't get it to fall, gets her own rebound, puts up another shot, and it's good for Ada.
Bullseye!
This is Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network on 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to the Arabian Sports Network pregame show, 91.7 WEEM. I'm Dawson Perrell. Joining me here once again is the head coach for the Pendleton Heights girls basketball team, Coach Rogers. But, Coach, here this evening you're going to be back at home facing off against Yorktown in a big conference matchup. Taking a look back to your previous game, it was last Saturday. You were at Lawrence Central. Unfortunately, lost that one 66-57 against a very tough Lawrence Central team. Now back-to-back losses. Of course, those two teams very, very good. But how are you guys going to recover into another tough one, but going to be at home against Yorktown?
Yeah, this is this game against Yorktown. This is we've referred to as kind of like what we talked about at Delta, like this kind of a trap game. Mm-hmm. Yorktown's got a pretty good record, and we're both undefeated in the conference. We're kind of conference heavy through the first part of the season. A lot of the other teams are kind of conference heavy late part of the season. So it's going to be a tough one for us. They play extremely hard. They're aggressive. I just think we got to come out with a better start than we did against Delta and make sure that everybody's kind of on point with what we're trying to do on the game plan and just execute for sure.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, your last two games, both of those being losses, the first one against Fishers, second one against Lawrence Central. As I also mentioned, those two teams, very, very good. So how does scheduling tough opponents and playing tough opponents get you ready for those, postseason, deep into the postseason, hopefully, those regional, maybe even semi-state, when you're going to see teams like Fishers, like Lawrence Central, like Hamilton Southeastern, again, pretty much 100% sure you're going to see them again?
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. We'd have to, obviously win a sectional, but once again, LC is a team that we could very well, potentially see in a one-game regional. So, it's actually interesting losing that Fishers game and LC game last week. We actually moved up in the Sagarin ratings about 7 or 8 spots. So, the computers were definitely favoring us. By playing good teams and, battling back and cutting that 1-9 against LC. So, once again, we're learning things. Those are going to do, I think that's going to pay it forward once we get to tournament time, getting here around the county tournament and sectional. I think our schedule is going to help us out. But once again, we just have to stay focused on what we're trying to do. We got to get back to defending better. And, that's going to be kind of the big points that we're pushing through tonight.
Yeah, and you look back on Yorktown, as you mentioned, they're undefeated in the conference. This is really the first in the conference, which actually is Yorktown, but then second, Pendleton Heights. So this is kind of the top of the Hoosier Heritage game. So really when it comes to your guys' goals for this evening, what do you think that's going to be? What have you been talking about in this past week of practice?
Yeah, we, like I said, we've been talking a lot this year about one game at a time. Mm-hmm. Obviously this is an important one. Both teams are undefeated in the conference. All we have left is tonight and New Pal, a little bit later in January. So for us to be able to check off one of those goals of, county conference sectional, we have to do our part tonight. If we do our part, we control our own destiny. If we don't get it done, then we kind of put it in somebody else's hands to see how things shake out amongst the rest. So, we have to have a poised effort from everybody. We got to know, continue to kind of define and know what our roles are and just execute, and I think we'll be just fine.
And you look forward on the schedule for our last question here. You got Jay County on the 28th. Then you're getting straight into the Madison County tournament. You'll be seeing Anderson in the first round. So that Madison County tournament, taking a look at that, of course, Madison County might not be as competitive as some of your other games, as we were mentioning, your last couple games specifically in these last couple weeks, but still can be a tough challenge. Of course, you see a couple Madison County teams multiple times, maybe in the regular season and in the county tournament. That can always be tough. I mean, last year, of course, that LaPel team was really tough to beat, so they're a very physical team. So if you look forward to that, what is it really going to take to go far in that Madison County tournament and then hopefully win it?
I think the first thing is we gotta focus on one game at a time. I know a lot of people are probably dreaming about, an early season, Pendleton Lapel, Ellick Frankton matchup on both ends of the bracket. But, Anderson's a tough team. They've got better with Coach Boyd this year. He's really, getting those girls to buy into working hard. And we're going to have our hands full with them. So, like I said, the message is going to continue to be the same. Focusing on one opponent at a time, and you can't make that county championship if you don't get it done in the first one. So we'll stay focused. We'll have them prepared, and we'll do the things that we do on a daily and weekly basis, and hopefully we can put ourselves in a position to get back to that championship. And if we're blessed to do that, hopefully we can get it done. But I know it's one of the big goals that our girls have. I know they still feel that sting from last year quite a bit, and I think they're excited to hopefully put themselves in a position to get back there for sure.
With that being said, that'll do it for our pregame interview here this evening. Once again, Coach, thanks for joining me, and good luck tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, are you okay?
No.
What's wrong?
I can't listen to 91.7 WEEM because I'm not in my car.
Well, don't you fear. Our app is here.
Tired of not being able to listen to Pendleton's best radio station, 91.7 WEEM, anywhere and everywhere? Try out our app. With the 91.7 WEEM app, you get the best hits. Our station now goes where our listeners go. Find 91.7 WEEM in app stores today. Available for Apple and Android.
Thank you so much for telling me about the 91.7 WEEM app, found in Apple and Android app stores.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Are you constantly bored and tired on your way to school or work? Then you should tune into the Arabian Roundup. With your hosts Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers, your morning will never be dull. The Arabian Roundup is from 5 to 7 a.m. Tuesday through Friday. But wait, you can't forget about the Arabian Stampede. You can tune to the Arabian Stampede while waiting to get out of the parking lot after school, on your way to work, and so on. You can catch your hosts Gracie Wolf, Samuel Duffer, and Layla Reef every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Get something fun out of your day with our WEEM shows.
With our community by being on the hottest social media platforms around. Follow us at 91.7 WEEM on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Follow us today.
We would love to hear from all of our listeners, so go to our Instagram today to answer our daily poll. Keep updated with our latest posts and trends here on 91.7 WEEM.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Pendleton Heights High School's Jill Button Court as the PA announcer is going through the starting lineups for both teams here. Me and Nate are going to quickly wrap up some keys of the game. Pendleton Heights coming off of a tough 3-game visiting stretch. They started off at Delta, where they had a dominating win, 80-36. Then went to Fishers and Lawrence Central, played two very tough teams, losing both of those. Fishers was 70-49 and Lawrence Central 66-57. So, Aiden, what are you really expecting to see from Pendleton Heights coming off of a tough 3-game road stretch?
Coming off two of those losses and that one win against Delta, I know that Coach Rogers, when it comes to back-to-back games, especially off losses, he is pretty gritty when it comes to the upcoming game. So I think what we can expect from the girls tonight is definitely some extra effort. I would expect some people to dive for some balls, some hustle plays on the defensive side, offensive side, getting more offensive rebounds. And I think tonight is just going to be a hard-working game for our Lady Arabians.
Yeah, now for Yorktown, they're coming off of a great 2-game win streak. They were on the road for Mount Vernon, winning 41-39, and then beating Mississinawa at home 43-39. So what are you expecting from Yorktown here tonight to try and keep their winning streak alive?
For Yorktown, they have two great scorers, both being sophomores, so I can expect them to run up and down the court, with their youth and their ability, to score even. I think for Yorktown, coming off two wins, they're going to be kind of not hesitant, but they're going to be slow starting out the game just because they're comfortable with where they are. But I think with the Arabians and the tempo and the defense that they bring and the effort, I think it's going to be definitely a fast game tonight. But we'll see how fast that game can turn into.
Starting off in the tip circle for both teams, they're both freshmen. It's Alexis Fields for Yorktown and Ada Hupp for your Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians. Both of them fairly even in height, but Pendleton Heights will come away with the tip, even though Fields won it. Pendleton Heights was able to get it. And a steal by Yorktown as Barnes has it.
Yeah, Skylar Baldwin there kind of just bobbled the pass, tried to throw it back inbounds, but unfortunately it was to the Yorktown players.
Barnes with it up near half court, defended by Baldwin. Passes it in to Hazen. Nearly stolen by Warfel, but recovers. Finds Fields, top of the key. Now to Sylvester. Defended by Morrison. A near steal on the pass attempt from Sylvester to Reese. Tipped out by Olivia Jones. Will stay with Yorktown.
Yeah, just like I said, already a defensive effort from your Lady Arabians. Going for those loose balls, getting in those passing lanes.
Barnes to pass it in. Gets it into Sylvester. Getting a play call from her coach, Ann Varga. Trying to set it up. Michaela Morrison playing great defense on the wing. Gives it to Barnes. She's on the wing now. Defended by Baldwin. Gets a screen from Fields. No one covering the lane, and a block by Casey Warfel. I'll say it will go out of bounds. Last touch by Casey and stay with Yorktown. 7:07. No one has scored yet.
Yeah, the screen there at the top right side of the key for the driver to cut in. Ada Huffer kind of just stuck onto that screen a little bit too long, but fortunately an Arabian did knock that ball out in the lane.
Barnes passes it into Reese, but Barnes gets it right back up by the bottom of the H in the logo. Gives it to Sylvester on the wing. Screen nearly stolen by Warfel, but a steal by Baldwin now. Casey Warfel on the fast break, working on Reese. Dumps it off to Olivia Jones. A beautiful spin move. Can't get the layup to fall, but Ada Huffer's right there for the putback layup for two.
Yeah, Ada Huffer on the hustle rebound there, getting the second chance for her Lady Arabians and putting it right back up for the easy two.
Sylvester with it, working on Michaela Morrison in the high post after Barnes quickly hustled up the court. Some aggressive defense here by the Lady Arabians. 6:26 and counting. 2-0 the score. Sylvester in the post, working on the 6'3 Hupfer. And a tip by Baldwin, nearly stolen. They say a foul is called on Claire Hazen. That'll be her first, team's first of the quarter.
Yeah, good switch there on the screen. Ada Huffer did eventually guard the driver going into the paint for Yorktown. Forced her out of the paint and forced a turnover as well. Now the Lady Arabians are inbounding the ball.
Skylar Baldwin slowing down the tempo here for Pendleton Heights. 6:12 left here in the first. 2-0 the score for Pendleton Heights. Jones with it on the wing. Into the post for Ada Hupfer. Working on Fields. A good move. Tries to get it up. Can't get it to fall. And ball goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Ada will be Yorktown basketball.
Yeah, Ada Huffer tried to use the pump fake there. The defense didn't bite and stuck their hand straight up in the air. Unfortunately for Ada Huffer, there was many defenders there. Now a Yorktown ball.
Baldwin looking for the steal on Barnes. Can't get it. Sylvester with it. Working on Morrison. Gets her in the post. Jump shot won't fall. Rebound the 6'3 Hupfer. Gets it to Jones quick. Trying to go up ahead to Michaela Morrison, but tipped by Sylvester. And miscommunication there, but Michaela Morrison recovers the pass from Baldwin. Baldwin with it. Over on the high wing, over by the Joe Buck court emblem. Stops, hits a cutting Casey Warfel, a Euro step, and gets the layup to fall. Casey Warfel starts her night off 1 for 1 for 2.
Yeah, good move there by Casey Warfel, putting the ball right over her defender, getting into the lane for an easy layup off the backboard.
And another near steal from Pendleton Heights. That was Skylar Baldwin tipping it away from Addie Barnes. Will stay with Yorktown. 5-14, 4-0 is the score. Pendleton Heights leads. Addie Barnes to pass it in. Finds Sylvester in the backcourt. Crosses the timeline. Kayla Morrison defending. Trying to set up some offense here. Michaela Morrison playing very tight defense. Gets a screen from Barnes and tipped away by Skylar Baldwin on the fast break. The layup blocked by Barnes. On the other end, though, hustle play by Michaela Morrison to get the putback layup for 2.
Michaela Morrison on the floor very quickly in this game.
And another steal by Baldwin. Casey Warfel the layup now. It's good. She has 4. And a quick timeout by Lee Ann Barga. We're going to take it with them. Yorktown trails Pendleton Heights 8-0 with 4:43 left here in the first. On the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Are you constantly bored and tired on your way to school or work? Then you should tune into the Arabian Roundup. With your hosts Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers, your morning will never be dull. The Arabian Roundup is from 5 to 7 a.m. Tuesday through Friday. But wait, you can't forget about the Arabian Stampede. You can tune to the Arabian Stampede while waiting to get out of the parking lot after school, on your way to work, and so on. You can catch your hosts Gracie Wolf, Samuel Duffer, and Layla Reef every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Get something fun out of your day with our WEEM shows.
Welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School's Joe Buck Court as your Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians are leading the Yorktown Lady Tigers 8-0 with 4:43 left here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us alongside Aiden Wilson, I'm Michael Hooker. We have a very fast-paced game so far from Pendleton Heights. Skylar Baldwin with a couple steals, Casey Warfel with the steal, Olivia Jones with the steal. A lot of steals so far here from Pendleton Heights. A very defensive battle. Barnes to bring the ball up for Yorktown. Working on Baldwin. Has 2 steals already. And stolen by Casey Warfel. A Euro step layup. Won't fall. Tipped out. Fight for the ball. They say out of bounds. Casey Warfel was out of bounds, fighting for it, but Sylvester will be Yorktown basketball.
Great hustle there again for the Lady Arabians. We see them on the defensive end just getting in those passing lanes and, blitzing the person driving the ball up the court. And there we go. There's another one.
Yeah, re-stripped by Jones. Skylar Baldwin up ahead. Gets her layup to fall for 2. 1 for 2 now on the evening. Sylvester quickly up the court. Nearly stolen away by Casey Warfel. Hazen has it. Now to Barnes. Up on the top of the key. Gets a screen from Fields. Going right. Drives. Layup. It's good for Addie Barnes. She now has 2.
Yeah, that was a good move there by Addie Barnes. She saw Ada Hupper in the lane, put the ball low to where Ada couldn't reach it with her hand, and then just scooped in for the layup. Easy 2.
10-2 the score now. 3:46 and counting left here in the first. Casey Warfel, the beautiful pass from Hupper. That's good. 6 points now for Casey. Barnes crosses the timeline. Baldwin. And a near steal from Baldwin. Barnes recovers. Hazen with it over to Sylvester on the wing. Working on Morrison. Another near steal. Barnes takes a 3. Can't get it to fall. Hupfer gets the rebound. Hupfer on the fast break. Now on the wing. Slows it down. Gives it to Jones. Over to Baldwin. Top of the key. She'll be defended by Reese. Gets a screen from Jones. Back to Jones on the pick and pop. The three-pointer won't fall. Rebound Sylvester of Yorktown.
Just a little bit too strong there and to the right for Olivia Jones.
And a blocking foul on Skylar Baldwin. That'll be her first, team's first of the quarter. 2:53 remaining here in the first. 12-2 Pendleton Heights leads. Roberts will come in for Baldwin. Give her a break. Barnes to inbound the ball on the far sideline. Goes to Sylvester in the corner. She drives, stops, pops, mid-range jumper won't fall. Rebound, Olivia Jones. Emma Roberts crosses the timeline, working the wing. Cross court to Michaela Morrison. She'll drive. And stripped away by Sylvester. And Addie Barnes now running the court very fast. Her layup on the other end. It's blocked by the 6'3 freshman. Emma Roberts with it into the corner for Olivia Jones. Now into the post for Ada Hupper. Working on Fields. Tries to go underneath, and they say a travel violation on Hupper. Turnover, Pendleton Heights. Kayla Morrison will come out, and Mamie Trout will come in. Then it'll be Jade Garrett in for Alexis Fields.
And it was a good exchange there by both teams. We saw Ada Hupfer, try to use her size in the paint, but unfortunately the ball did get tipped, but was called a travel there.
Barnes working on Roberts now. Gets it to Reese on the low wing, defended by Trout. Gets it to Hazen. And they say out of bounds on Garrett will be Pendleton Heights basketball.
Caught the pass just a little bit too far to the right. Did slip off her finger and roll out of bounds. Now the Arabians leading the ball up the court.
Minute 50 left here in the first. 12-2 still the score. Pendleton Heights leads. Hupper with it on the wing now. And nearly stripped by Garrett. Hupper recovers. Stops. Mid-range jumper. Can't fall. Rebound Hazen. Barnes crosses the timeline. Now into the corner for Reese. Into the post for Garrett, working on Hupfer. Crosses it to Hazen. Now back to Barnes, top of the key. Trying to set up some offense. Goes the opposite way for screen. Gets it to Reese. Low wing three. Won't fall. Rebound Hupfer. And timeout by Coach Rogers with a minute 15 left here in the first. 12-2 still the score. Pendleton Heights still leads. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation.
91.7 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School's Joe Buck Court, and a smaller five on the floor for Coach Rogers. Perry came in for Hupfer. Roberts with it, defended by Sylvester. Cross court to the wing for Trout. Back to Roberts. Back to Trout. A lot of passing between the two. Corner, Jones, three. Won't fall. Rebound, Hazen. Now Barnes with it on the fast break. Up ahead to Reese. She'll drive, loses it. Perry comes away with it for the Arabians.
Yeah, looks like the Yorktown ball handler was just looking down at her dribble. Didn't notice that she got caught in traffic, leading to a turnover there on that play.
Coach Rogers wanting to get the last shot here in the quarter with 33 seconds of counting left. Trout with it. Back to Warfel. Steps up, takes a three. No good. That'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Casey. And Olivia Jones will come out, and Aubrey Warfel, the freshman, will come in.
Yeah, there on that last play, Casey Warfel saw the trap that Yorktown was setting, having two up top, forcing pressure on the ball handler, saw an open shot and took it, but unfortunately missed too far to the left there.
Barnes with it, gives it to Sylvester. Nearly poked away by Warfel. Fouls called. Will be her first, team's second of the quarter. 10.5 seconds left here in the first. 12-2 still the score. Lady Ravens lead. Barnes to pass it in for the Lady Tigers. Goes to Garrett. Back to Barnes. She'll drive. Her layup will fall. She now has 4. Roberts with it. Chucks up a half-court shot before the buzzer, but it will not fall. That will do it for the first quarter. Pendleton Heights 12, Yorktown 4. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, second quarter action here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School's Joe Buck Court. The Lady Tigers of Yorktown will get the ball out of the break. Barnes with it on the wing. Over to Reese on the wing. Low wing. Now for Conklin. Back to Barnes. Now to Sylvester. Back to Barnes. Now to Reese. Back to Barnes. Over to Sylvester. Corner three. It's up and it's in for Sylvester. That's her first points of the game for three.
Yeah, the problem there on the defensive end was Jade Garrett was low in the paint, and the lineup that the Arabians do have in right now, there's not a very tall defender, so they were focusing her, leaving the three wide open.
Trout trying to answer with a three of her own. Won't fall. Rebound was tipped out by Perry to Roberts. Gives it to Warfel. Working on Reese, drives, spin around jumper, falls for Casey Warfel. She has 8, leading all scorers here this evening so far. 14-7, 7:05 and counting here in the second. Barnes with it on the other end. Now to Reese on the wing. Back to Barnes, back to Reese, back to Barnes. A lot of passing, back to Reese between those two. As Conklin's three blocked by the freshman Aubrey Warfel from the corner. Go out of bounds, last touch by Warfel, they say. That's Aubrey. Will be Lady Tigers basketball.
Yeah, it looked like kind of a forced shot there in the corner. I don't think they could get any offensive going, so they just, forced the three, but...
And Sylvester on the drive. They call a blocking foul on Perry. That'll be her first, team's first of the quarter. Barnes to pass it in, goes right to Sylvester. Nearly crosses the half-court line. She'll drive. And foul on the drive. I believe that one will go on Casey Warfel. And they say foul goes on Perry once again. Her second, team's second of the quarter.
Yeah, with the Yorktown offense driving into the paint, looks like the Arabian defenders are just trying to get their hands in there for a steal, but not working their way this time.
6:37 and counting left here in the second. 14-7 is still a score. Sylvester drives once again. That shot won't fall. Rebound Casey Warfel on the fast break. Going through Reese and Barnes. Puts up a shot, but fouled by Barnes. That'll be Barnes' first, team's first of the quarter. Casey Warfel will go to the line for two.
Yeah, for Casey Warfel tonight, she is getting into the paint, into her sweet spot, as she does have that hand a little bit bruised up. She's scooping those layups in there for easy opportunities.
Casey Warfel, that one won't fall. Trout and Roberts will come out, and Aubrey Warfel will come out. Ada Hufford, Olivia Jones, and Skylar Baldwin will come back in. Casey Warfel, a very sound free throw shooter on the year, has struggled here recently in the past few games from the line. Her second one also won't fall. Rebound, Ada Hupfer, working on Sylvester. Foul is called on Sylvester on the shot. That'll be Sylvester's first. Team's second of the quarter.
Yeah, and back to the free throw line they go. Good offensive rebound and hustle there by Ada Hupfer, getting low into the paint, causing contact, and now going to the line.
Ada Hupfer, the first one good for her, and she's a very, very good free throw shooter for her size. Usually bigger players in basketball aren't the greatest shooters, but Ada Hupfer, she's not one to shy away from a free throw, as she does miss the second one there. Rebounded by Conklin. Working on Jones. Kind of a full court press here. Gets past the half-court line. Goes to Sylvester. Ball, last touch. Arabian's ball, not white ball. They say last touch by a Lady Tiger. Scores 15-7. 6:21 left here in the second. Pendleton Heights still leads Yorktown. Jones to pass it into Baldwin.
Yeah, good defensive press there by the Arabians, forcing pressure in the backcourt, leading to a sloppy pass and a turnover.
Skylar Baldwin crosses the timeline, gives it to Hupfer on the wing. Now to Perry, top of the key. Over to Jones on the wing. Kind of a ghost screen there. Jones drives, dumps it off to Hupfer, working on Garrett in the post. Layup won't fall. Rebound Sylvester. Jump ball. They say it will be Pendleton Heights ball. Just a heads-up play there from the freshman Ada Hupfer.
Yeah.
Noticing Sylvester's not moving with the ball, just get hands on it. As they lob it into Hupfer. And Ada Hupfer, the shot is good. She was fouled on the way up, so she will go to line for one more. Foul goes on Garrett. That'll be her first. Team's third of the quarter. We're going to take a quick 10-second break during the free throw for the station's legal identification on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Broadcasting from the WEEM studios, underwritten by Community Hospital Anderson, this is the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM Pendleton.
Welcome back here to the action. And Skylar Baldwin, a near steal on the inbound, tipped off of her. I say we'll stay with Yorktown.
Yeah, Ada Hupfer, after that big and one hustle play, she did make that free throw down on the other end, the defensive pressure again, forcing that ball out of bounds.
Barnes with it on the inbound. 18-7 the score, 5:50 left here in the second. Barnes crosses the timeline. And traveling violation and a turnover for Yorktown. Another turnover. Jones to inbound it to Baldwin here in the backcourt.
Yeah, there again, more defensive sets in the backcourt, forcing pressure on the ball handler. Jumped for the ball, tried to get in that passing lane, and forced a travel and up and down on that offensive play there by the Yorktown Lady Tigers.
Jones on the wing, crosses it over to Casey Warfel. She'll drive, dumps it off to Hupfer last second, and Ada Hupfer now has 8. Ties Casey Warfel for the leading scorer. Timeout by Ann Barga of Yorktown. We're going to take it with them. 20-7 is the score here in the second quarter with 5:23 left. Pendleton Heights leads on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
91.7 WEEM delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student-run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcasts, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEM, on air, online, and on demand.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Pendleton Heights High School's Joe Buck Court. Yorktown will get it out of the timeout break. Hazen passed it into Barnes. Trying to work on 3 Pendleton Heights defenders. Stolen by Casey Warfel in the backcourt. Somehow gets it to Skylar Baldwin. Pump fake on the layup. Won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Hupfer comes away with it. Casey Warfel contested three-pointer. Won't fall. Another rebound. This one goes to Hupfer. Working in the post. Layup won't fall. And a foul's called. Foul goes on Skylar Baldwin. A reach-in foul. That'll be her second. Team's third of the quarter.
Yeah, there, though, for both teams, a good physical exchange there on the defensive press, making the ball handler just move around that backcourt, then leading to the steal and some more offensive rebounds there for Ada Hupfer, who tried to get it in, caused some contact, but didn't get the foul call there on that one.
Sylvester gets the inbound, stripped away by Casey Warfel on the shot. Barnes with the foul. That'll be Barnes' second. Team's fourth. Casey Warfel, the shot will fall, so she now has 10. and go to the line for one more.
Yeah, and there goes even more contact on the offensive end. The Lady Arabians tonight doing a great job of creating contact before that shot, getting themselves to the free throw line for easy one-point opportunities.
Casey Warfel on the evening, 0 for 2 from the line. Gets that one to fall. She now has 11. Barnes with it now. Crosses the timeline, defended by Baldwin. Skylar Baldwin, multiple steals on Barnes. Fields with it, gives it back to Barnes. Good defensive pressure from Baldwin. Barnes sticking with it. Good defensive pressure from Baldwin. Gives it to Sylvester, defended by Morrison. Into the corner for Conklin. She drives her floater. It's good for Conklin. She now has 2.
Yeah, it looks like Ada Huffer did get, a fingertip on there or two, but unfortunately for the Arabian defense, that bucket did go in. It was a layup driven in there to the paint by Conklin.
Skylar Baldwin, mid-range jumper on the other end. It's good. Skylar Baldwin has 4. 25-9, 4-12 and counting left here in the second. Casey Warfel, a near steal. Foul is called on Casey Warfel. A little too rough there on trying to deflect the pass. That'll be her second. Team's 4th of the quarter. Casey will come out, and Mamie Trout will come in. Trying to give Casey a breather now.
Yeah, now for the Lady Arabians, this is where they really prove themselves, at least without their main star on the court. Michael, as we were talking before, they did struggle without Casey, so we'll see how they do here on this turn.
Barnes picked up her dribble, got it away to Sylvester. Up by the rings, defended by Morrison. Gets it to Conklin in the corner. Nearly stripped away by Jones. Sylvester recovers, floater. It's good over the 6'3 Hupfer. Sylvester now has 5, leading the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, good and simple mid-range pull-up there for Sylvester that did hit the bottom of the net there.
Baldwin with it. Finds Morrison in the corner, trapped. Somehow gets it to Hupfer after being tipped around. Backing down Fields in the post. And they call a charge kind of late. That will go on Ada, though. That'll be her first.
Understandable call there, Ada Hupfer, as she was driving in, trying to get closer to the rim there in the paint. She did have her elbows out and did make contact with the Yorktown defender there, causing the foul.
Fields gets the inbound. Gives it to Conklin. Back to Fields. Now to Barnes. Wide open, top of the key 3. Won't fall. Ball's loose. This will go off of an Arabian. Will be Yorktown basketball. Yorktown with the 5 foul bonus here in the quarter. But because it was an offensive foul, they will not shoot a free throw. Baldwin will come out once again for Roberts. Barnes to pass it in. Goes up to Sylvester in the backcourt. Defended by Morrison. Gets a screen from Fields. Stops, pops, mid-range jumper. Won't fall. Tips the ball off of Hupfer to go back out of bounds and will be Yorktown basketball. 25-11. Lady Ravens lead the Lady Tigers. 3:04 left here in the second.
Yeah, good show of reflexes there by Sylvester, batting the ball off Ada Hupfer's leg. Out of bounds, back for the Yorktown Tigers there.
Barnes goes straight to Fields. Her shot won't fall. Rebound Sylvester back into Barnes. Her shot won't fall, but a foul will go on him and Roberts on the way up. That'll be her first, team's 6th of the quarter. Barnes will go to the line, though. 75% from the free throw stripe this season. First one won't fall, though. They're Yorktown. They're trailing by 14. They need as many points as they can get right now before half. Barnes, the second one, also won't fall. Rebound, Mamie Trout. Roberts crosses the timeline over to Jones on the other wing. She'll drive. Kicks it back out. Roberts makes a move into the post for Morrison. Triple team. Now back out Jones. Corner. Trout. 3. It's up, and it's good for Mamie Trout. She has 3.
Yeah, Mamie Trout really set herself up there in that corner. Was open there in the corner again and shot that 3. Nothing but net there.
Conklin on the wing. Drives into the post for Fields. Gets it to Barnes. She'll drive. Mid-range jumper. Won't fall. And a jump ball will be Yorktown's basketball. We'll stay with them. 2:17 left here in the second. 28-11 now the score off the Mamie Trout 3.
Yeah, for that last shot there by Addie Barnes, it was a good shot, a little mid-range turn away, but just a little bit too much power there.
Conklin gets it to Barnes. Barnes back to Conklin. Takes a wing three. High arcing shot. Banks it in. Olivia Conklin now has 5 off of that 3.
High arcing shot there. Got the extra luck of that backboard. They're banking it in for the 3 points.
Roberts crosses the timeline. Defended by Barnes. Now to Jones. Makes a move. Mid-range jumper by Olivia Jones. Won't fall. Rebound Sylvester of Yorktown. Up ahead to Hazen. Trying to get it to Conklin. Goes out of bounds. Will be Pendleton Heights basketball. Garrett and Reese will come in for Fields and Sylvester. And Aubrey Warfel will come in for Michaela Morrison for Pendleton Heights.
Yeah, and Jade Garrett there in for the Yorktown Lady Tigers. Now matching up against Ada Hupfer. I would like to see this matchup, get some offensive plays both ways.
Roberts with it. Hands it off to Jones. Top of the key. It's Olivia Jones working on Barnes. Finds Aubrey Warfel. Blocked by Jade Garrett on the layup. Now up ahead to Reese. Crosses over. Working her way in the post. Now Conklin with it. Defended by Aubrey Warfel. Gives it to Barnes. Barnes setting up some offense here. Hands it off to Conklin. Conklin steps back. 3. Looking for another one. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Olivia Jones. Up ahead to Emma Roberts. Tipped out by Haley Reese. Will stay with Pendleton Heights. Now Gracie Heron will come in. And Claire Hazen will come out.
Yeah, they're running down on the offensive end for the Arabians. Looked like there was a little push in the back there from a Yorktown player. Should have been a transition foul, but we'll take it from here.
Aubrey Warfel, her layup blocked by Barnes. Rebound Conklin. A near steal by Roberts. Heron with it. Travel violation and another turnover for Yorktown. 47.9 left here in the second. 28-14 is the score. Pendleton Heights leads Yorktown. Olivia Jones to pass the ball in off the turnover. Roberts trying to slow down the offense right now. Barnes pressing up on her, gives it to Jones now. Now to Hupper on the wing, defended by Garrett. Cross court to Trout. Now to Jones once again. Crosses it to Roberts. Working on Barnes, gives it to Jones. Now Barnes defending her. Gives it to Hupper on the wing. Now to Trout on the opposite wing. Steal by Heron on the fast break. Gracie Heron, her layup is good. She now has 2. Cuts the lead to 12 for Pendleton Heights. 8 seconds remaining here in the half. Roberts with the ball. Gives it to Jones. She'll drive. Her layup attempt won't fall. Nearly gets her own rebound. That will do it for the first half of basketball. Pendleton Heights 28. Yorktown 16. Pendleton Heights leads. We're going to take a quick break. But when we return, Emily Pulley got to sit down with Coach Hagerman for our halftime interview here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Are you constantly bored and tired on your way to school or work? Then you should tune into the Arabian Roundup. With your hosts Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers, your morning will never be dull. The Arabian Roundup is from 5 to 7 a.m. Tuesday through Friday. But wait, you can't forget about the Arabian Stampede. You can tune to the Arabian Stampede while waiting to get out of the parking lot after school, on your way to work, and so on. You can catch your hosts Gracie Wolf, Samuel Duffer, and Layla Reef every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Get something fun out of your day with our WEEM shows.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the ASN Halftime segment on 91.7 WEEM. I'm Emily Pulley, and I'm here with
Melissa Hagerman. I'm the principal at Pendleton Elementary School.
So I'm glad to have you on the show today. It's really good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. A little cold today.
Yes. Let's get rid of that snow.
I agree, 100%.
So how do you like being the new principal at Pendleton Elementary?
Oh, I love it. I have an incredible staff, great kids, great families. I feel really at home there. So I love it. Good place.
Do you miss being like a teacher in like a normal classroom?
I do. There's times where I miss being in the classroom, but I get a lot of experience visiting different classrooms, and I see the kids. I interact with the kids quite a bit at lunchtime, during the morning arrival and dismissal.
What are the challenges that come with being a principal?
There's just a lot of responsibilities. You're not just in charge of, when you're a teacher, you're in charge of your lessons, and I'm not saying that that's not a big role, but there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't recognize as the principal's job, just a lot of things that are not related to the students or the teachers that you have to take care of. But it's not a job that you can just show up at 7 in the morning and leave at 3:30, 4:30 in the afternoon. You think about it a lot, even when you're not at work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of responsibilities.
What are the differences between being a principal versus a teacher?
Probably you have a lot more interaction with the public and parents and different stakeholders. But and again, you're not just over your curriculum or what you're teaching. It's over a lot of things. It's a lot of responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any plans prepared for the school?
We have a great school, great culture. A lot of the programs that we already had in place with Mr. Schill, we are continuing a lot of those things, and just always looking at opportunities for kids to grow in education and involve families as much as possible. So we're always looking for different opportunities.
What made you want to become like the principal?
I'm not really sure about that. I guess I've always had that leader type mentality. I'm a worker. I like helping people, looking at the big picture. And it's just something that an opportunity presented itself, a good opportunity for me to go back to school, get my master's degree. And then once I started in that field, I realized that that's the position I really wanted.
Do you miss, what do you miss most about being the teacher?
Just that day-to-day interaction with kids. But I still make sure that I get out of my office and I walk around and I see kids. Mr. Hutton was the principal when I was a teacher at Pendleton Elementary, and one thing that he always did was he always showed his face every morning. He walked around the school, and you got to see him every day. The kids got to see him every morning. When they came to school, he always greeted them, and I always thought that was super important. So Mr. Schill continued that, and that's something that's real important to me. So I make sure that I get out and I see the kids every day.
What has been your favorite memory of being a part of the staff at South Madison Community School Corporation?
Oh, I don't know that I have one single memory that just I can't say enough about our staff. We just have a really great staff, from the teachers to the assistants to custodians, cafeteria workers, bus drivers. We just have an incredible staff. So every day is a new day, and every day is a new opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining me today. I'm Emily Pulley here with
Melissa Hagerman.
And that will conclude our time on the ASN Halftime Interview on 91.7 WEEM. Hey, how are you doing today? Thanks for doing this interview today. We're going to go into the production room. Go ahead and sit down. This won't take long, just a few questions. Ready? Welcome to Wing Weekly. I'm your host, Emily Pulley, and today we have the mascot with us. So starting off today, what animal are you? You're not really answering my questions, but let's keep going. Do you enjoy being the mascot? Are you even going to be able to answer any of my questions? What's the point of this interview anyway? Get out.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hi, my name is Layla Reef. I'm the director of the social media department here at Wayne, and we have 5 different social media platforms that we're on. So my job is to manage all of the content that we're posting and overview the staff and kind of help them out with whatever they're working on.
To combine the sports and social media departments, I work on game day promos you see on our social media, and I also do interviews.
My favorite thing about being in the social media department is working on the various projects that go towards our social media pages.
I go down onto the courts and fields and get videos of all of our players playing their games and then compile them into a highlight video for our Instagram.
Social media is definitely something I see myself doing in the future just because I love what I do.
.917 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. .917 WEEM.
Press there on the inbounds, and I think their guard play, in that backcourt, they're kind of just moving around, waiting for somebody to get open, rather than at least calling for screens or maybe moving the ball from one side of the court to the other, trying to break the press. So I think offensively for Yorktown, I think they could handle the pressure better, maybe be more patient on the offensive end. But defensively, I really don't know what they could do. Casey Warfel, she's fast. She has her moves. She has a good handle on her, so I think her driving into the paint is creating way too many opportunities there for the Arabians on the offensive end. But I think if they want to shut us down as a team, I think they have to keep Casey Warfel out of the paint.
Yeah, and they've struggled to do that so far, and even when she gets in the paint,
Yeah.
she's not the one taking the shot most of the time. She's been dumping it off to the 6'3 freshman Ada Huppert, and that's really how Ada has most of her points. Just being right there in the right place at the right time. Obviously, a couple of her points have come from the free throw line, and she's had to work for her own, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She is a very talented player. I think by her, maybe next year, she'll definitely step into a bigger role. She'll definitely average a lot of points, especially at her height and with her size. I think she'll be a very dangerous player. But working alongside Casey Warfel really helps her to thrive.
Yeah.
And coming out of the break here, it'll be Pendleton Heights basketball. 5 on the floor is the starters with Jones, Baldwin, Warfel, Morrison, and Hupfer. Same thing for Yorktown with their starters in Barnes, Sylvester, Fields, Reese, and Hazen. Baldwin picks up her dribble, calls for Casey Warfel to get the ball. She does, has it on the wing, hands it off to Michaela Morrison. Kayla gets it into the post for Casey. Floater won't fall. Rebound, Ada. Puts it right back up. Won't fall. Rebound, the freshman Fields.
Yeah, Casey Warfel there on the offensive end.
And a near steal by Casey Warfel. Tips it off of Haley Reese, though. And will be another turnover for Yorktown and Pendleton Heights ball.
Yeah, as I was saying, Casey Warfel was getting low in the paint. She saw the mismatch, tried to get the easy layup, but unfortunately just too much power there.
Casey Warfel, wide open corner three. Can't cash in. 0 for 3 from behind the arc after going 3 for 3 at Lawrence Central. But Olivia Jones makes up for it with the 3 of her own.
Yeah, big boom there in the corner for Olivia Jones. Set herself up there after the offensive rebound and shot that 3. Nothing but net there.
Reese working on Jones. Now gives it to Sylvester. Defended by Warfel. Gets it to Barnes on the wing. Back to Sylvester. Low wing 3. Can't cash it in. Rebound Morrison of Pendleton Heights. Now Skylar Baldwin working with it. On the fast break, it's Baldwin. Driving on Barnes. Kicks it out. Michaela Morrison. Gives it to Casey Warfel. Casey Warfel drives. Working around Fields. Scoop layup. It's good for Casey. She has 13.
Yeah, Casey Warfel, driving into the paint there, using a little head fake, hesitation, and then scooping that ball under the defenders for an easy layup there on the right side.
And another full court press here from Pendleton Heights after the near steal by Olivia Jones that was tipped out by her. Reese working on Jones on the full court press. Nearly loses it. Now picks up her dribble. Timeout by Ann Barga with 6:39 left here in the third. A very quick timeout call. 33-16 now the score for Pendleton Heights lead. Here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation of the
Are you constantly bored and tired on your way to school or work? Then you should tune into the Arabian Roundup. With your hosts Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers, your morning will never be dull. The Arabian Roundup is from 5 to 7 a.m. Tuesday through Friday. But wait, you can't forget about the Arabian Stampede. You can tune to the Arabian Stampede while waiting to get out of the parking lot after school, on your way to work, and so on. You can catch your hosts Gracie Wolf, Samuel Duffer, and Layla Reef every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Get something fun out of your day with our WEEM shows.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School's Jill Buck Court. If you're just joining us alongside Aiden Wilson, I'm Michael Hooker. Your lead for Pendleton Heights is 33-16 over the Yorktown Lady Tigers. Yorktown will get the ball coming out of the timeout break. It'll be Claire Hazen to pass the ball in. I'm sorry, now it's Addie Barnes. They kind of switched around. Two-man full court press shown by Coach Rogers. Reese gets the inbound. Defended by Jones. Now double team by Baldwin and a steal by Skylar Baldwin. And the left-handed layup, it's up and in for Skylar Baldwin. She now has 6. Now Barnes with it. Another double team in the backcourt. Sylvester with it, working on Hupfer and Morrison. Picks up her dribble. Gets it to Fields, and a steal by Casey Warfel. Now on the fast break, Barnes hustling back, working over Barnes. The layup, it's good for Casey Warfel. She now has 15.
Yeah, Casey Warfel taking that left step there, getting in closer to the rim there for the easy floater.
Full court press once again by Rogers. Barnes with it, up ahead to Reese. And a traveling violation and another turnover for Yorktown. It'll be Pendleton Heights basketball. Now Jade Garrett will come back in for Alexis Fields. Olivia Jones to inbound the ball. Gets it into Casey Warfel. Spin around jumper in the post. It's good for Casey Warfel. She has 17. Barnes with it. Gets a screen from Garrett. Up ahead to Sylvester. Stolen away by Michaela Morrison. Baldwin up ahead to Casey Warfel. And a slowed down layup for Casey. Now puts her at 19 on that evening.
Yeah, Casey Warfel on the offensive end, providing that hustle and that energy that the Arabians are having in general tonight.
And miscommunication between Reese and Garrett leads to an Olivia Jones steal and a layup. 10 points like that.
Yeah.
Pendleton Heights now leads 43-16 over Yorktown. Another timeout by Yorktown. We're going to take it with them. 5:24 left here in the third on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Conditioning.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School's Joe Buck Court. 5:24 left here in the third. 43-16, Pendleton Heights leads over Yorktown Lady Tigers. Again, if you're just joining us alongside Aiden Wilson, I'm Michael Hooker. Full court press shown once again here by Coach Rogers out of the timeout break. Reese inbounds it to Barnes. Heavy pressure from Baldwin. And another steal by Skylar Baldwin. Pump fakes. Shots up now, and it's in for Skylar Baldwin. She has 8. Full court press once again. Now Hazen with it. Up ahead to Garrett. Casey Warfel hustling back. Dumps it off to Sylvester. Blocked by Baldwin, but they say a foul on the shot. It'll be Skylar's third. Team's first of the quarter shooting foul. So Sylvester will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, if you're Coach Rogers there, seeing that play from the sideline defensively and offensively, great hustle there by Skylar Baldwin, getting the steal and then the easy layup and down on the other end, creating that block, and then turned into a foul, which is, debatable, but can't do much after it's already called. But then again, great hustle there by Skylar Baldwin.
Sylvester missed her first free throw. Hargreaves and Conklin coming in for Hazen and Reese. Sylvester does nail the second one, though. She now has 6 points after that free throw. Baldwin to bring the ball up now for Pendleton Heights. Up ahead to Casey Warfel. Back to Baldwin. Nearly stolen by Sylvester. Lobs it in to Olivia Jones from Baldwin. Jones can't get a handle on it, though. Loses it out of bounds. Will be Yorktown basketball. 45-17 the score. Pendleton Heights still leads with 4:50 left here in the third.
Yeah, Olivia Jones there, she did catch that ball kind of high in the air. Unfortunately, bobbled it, and it was out of bounds there for the Lady Arabians.
Barnes breaks the full court press, and on the other end, gets a left to fall. She now has 6.
Yeah, just like I said before the second half did start, I think for the Yorktown Tigers, I think if they push the ball up, with pace and direction, commitment to get the ball up the court, I think they'll have a good chance of, beating that press.
Conklin, a near steal off the pass to Casey Warfel from Baldwin, but will stay with Pendleton Heights as it goes out of bounds off of her. Jones to pass it in. Goes to Casey Warfel in the corner. Drives past 2 Yorktown defenders. Tough layup, won't fall. Rebounds tipped out. They say will be last touched by Michaela Morrison. Will be Pendleton Heights basketball. Conklin gets the inbound from Barnes. Up ahead to Sylvester. Now on the post for Garrett. Back to Sylvester. Mid-range jumper. Won't fall. Rebound Jones. Finds Baldwin. Casey Warfel with it. Mid-range jumper. It's good. She now has 21. And we have an Arabian player down on the court. We're going to take a quick break while they check her out. The score right now, 47-19. Pendleton Heights leads Yorktown with 3:51 left here in the third. Here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
91.7 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
Navigate life, to be successful people, to be good humans.
You can ensure these life lessons are taught for generations to come. Be a champion of high school sports and buy a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is preparing for the game. This is preparing for life. This is your IHSAA.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School's Joe Buck Court after that quick break. The pass inbounds is stolen by Casey Warfel, and Skylar Baldwin Casey lost the ball. It kind of slipped out of her hands on a reach-in foul on Conklin. That'll be her first, team's first of the quarter. Kind of no fouls here in this half.
Yeah.
One foul for each team.
Definitely a slower paced half here. Kind of just running their offenses this half.
Baldwin gets the inbound from Jones. 47-19, still the score. 3:37 and counting. Warfel with it on the wing. Goes to Hupfer in the post. Tipped by Garrett and Sylvester. Nearly stolen by Sylvester. They say we'll go off of Sylvester and we'll stay with Pendleton Heights. Olivia Jones to pass the ball in. Goes to Casey Warfel. Shot won't fall. Nearly rebounded by Hargreaves. But they say we'll tip off of her out of bounds. We'll stay with Pendleton Heights.
Yeah, Casey Warfel catching the ball there in that low post. Had to jump over two defenders to get that ball, and unfortunately just getting poked at there in the paint. But there, she tries for another layup, gets her own rebound, and back up again. There's an easy two for Casey Warfel.
Yeah, she now has 23, and referee talking to the scorers table about the clock. 3:14 left here on the clock in the third. 49-19, a 30-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Pendleton Heights. Sylvester gets the inbound, defended by Jones. Crosses the timeline. Good pressure from Olivia Jones. Now double team. Hands it off to Barnes. Addie Barnes gives it to Conklin. Olivia Conklin finds Sylvester. Low wing. Takes a three. Won't fall. Fight for the board. Skylar Baldwin comes away with it. Now Ada Hupfer with it on the fast break. And a blocking foul on the way up for Hupfer. She'll go to line for two as she did not get the shot to fall. Foul will go on a Tiger. We'll see which one it goes on because there were two in the vicinity.
Yeah, they're on the defensive end. Great hustle there by Skylar Baldwin to get that rebound down for Ada Hupfer, which she then drove to the paint, tried to get that layup up, but got fouled. Now to the free throw line for two.
She misses the first one. Foul, they say, will go on Addie Barnes. That'll be her third, team's second of the quarter. Baldwin will come out, and Emma Roberts will make her return. Hupfer, the second one will fall. She now has 9. Sylvester passes it into Barnes. Now to Garrett. Back to Barnes. Breaking that full court press very easily. Addie Barnes with it. Gets it over to Sylvester. Defended by Jones closely. Working on Jones on the wing. Drives. Kicks it to Conklin on the wing. Now she drives. And they say a foul on the shot. She nearly lost it, but they say a foul will be there. Foul goes on Casey Warfel. That'll be her third. Team's second of the quarter.
Yeah, but they're on the offensive end for the Lady Tigers, breaking that press very easily. It looks like they do have that middle pass there at the half court as they're inbounding the ball, trying to get to the other side.
Now, Olivia Conklin, a very rare miss for her, as she's 88% from the free throw stripe this season. But did miss that one. 50-19, the score still. Second one will not fall. Rebound, Casey Warfel. She'll go up the floor quick. Passes it out. Emma Roberts, wing three. Won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Olivia Jones comes away with it. Back out Roberts. Takes another three. Looking for three. She gets it to fall. She now has 3 off of her second three-point attempt.
Yeah, Emma Roberts, good job staying on the ball there. She did miss her first three-point attempt, but the offensive rebound by the Arabians led to a second attempt, and that one was nothing but nylon there. 3 points there for Emma Roberts.
Barnes with it now, working on Roberts on the other end. Gets a screen from Hargreaves. Gives it to Conklin. She drives in a wide open lane for her. She's able to execute perfectly for 2. She now has 7. Leads Yorktown in scoring.
Yeah, Michael, as you were saying, a very wide open lane there. Looks like the screen defender did just stick on that screen, not hedging, not giving that lane help there that was needed, but it's all right. The Arabians back down on the other end now.
And Casey Warfel, not happy with that shot. She did airball a shot. 1:31 left here in the third. 53-21, Pendleton Heights leads. 32-point lead for them, biggest lead of the night. Hupfer comes out parry will come in. Sylvester to Reese. Back to Sylvester here in the backcourt, defended by Jones. Trying to go up ahead to Heron. Goes out of bounds. Will be Pendleton Heights basketball.
Yeah, try to break that press there by passing the ball all the way down to the opposite offensive corner, but unfortunately for the Lady Tigers, that ball did have a little bit too much power on it, and it was thrown out of bounds. There, a turnover for the Tigers.
Roberts to Trout on the wing. Now to Jones on the opposite wing. Over to Casey Warfel, low wing. She'll drive through the Yorktown defense. Puts up a crazy layup. Won't get it to fall, but fouled on the way up. Foul goes on Claire Hazen, her second. Team's third of the quarter. Casey Wolf will go to line again. 1 for 3 on her from the free throw line here tonight for Casey.
Yeah, Casey Warfel definitely not afraid of contact. We've seen it many times this game. She is driving into the crowded paint, hoping for somebody on the offensive end to leak out, but there she just took it for herself, scooping underneath for the layup, but now she is at the free throw line.
She made her first one. Gives her 24. Can't get the second one to fall, though. Rebound goes to Yorktown's Reese. Up ahead to Heron, but stolen by Casey Warfel. Goes around Reese. Scoop layup won't fall. Rebound by Fields. 47 and counting left here in the third. Sylvester drives. Fouled on the way up. I believe that one will go on Trout of Pendleton Heights. So Sylvester will go to, it does go on Trout. Sylvester will go to line for 2, as she was in the motion of shooting. Trout's first, team's third of the quarter. Sylvester, that one will fall. She's split her night even before that one. 2 for 4 on the evening so far, but now she's 3 for 5. The second one won't fall. Now 3 for 6, so she's 50% from the free throw line. No look pass from Warfel to Trout in the corner for 3. Won't fall. Now Roberts on the wing. Now to Trout. Top of the key, wide open 3. Mamie Trout can't cash in. Rebound Fields. And a steal by Roberts. Now Jones, the mid-range jumper, won't fall. Rebounds tipped out by an Arabian. They will say Yorktown ball, and I guess you could say persistence pays off, but they're just couldn't get a shot to fall in. 22.4 left here in the third for Pendleton Heights' lead over Yorktown. And Mamie Trout the steal. Puts up the layup, won't fall. Gets her own rebound. Now Roberts with it over to Jones on the wing. Drives on Sylvester, but a steal by Sylvester. Working with 10 seconds. A near steal by Casey Warfel and Jones. Now Heron with it on the wing. Back to Sylvester. Steal by Casey Warfel. Floats it up at the buzzer, but it won't fall. As that will do it here for the third quarter. 54-22 is your score after 3. Pendleton Heights leads the Yorktown Lady Tigers. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, fourth quarter action on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Kind of a smaller lineup. No Hupfer and no Casey Warfel. Coming out of the break, it will be Yorktown basketball. They're 5 on the floor. It's Barnes, Fields, Reese, Hazen, and Heron. A near steal by Aubrey Warfel on the inbounds. but Reese secures it. Barnes with it. Now to Fields. Takes a wing three. Fields cashes that one in for three.
Yeah, Alexis Fields, the freshman, that is her first bucket of the night and the first 3 points.
Lady Trout corner. Now to Roberts on the wing. Back to Trout. Slowing things down. Now to Roberts. Now to Aubrey Warfel. Drives. Her layup. It's up and in for the freshman Aubrey Warfel. She now has 2 and on her third layup attempt, as she had 2 earlier in the game. Barnes with it. Working on Aubrey Warfel. Dumps it off to Heron. Now to Barnes. Low wing. Takes a 3. Won't fall. Perry fight for the rebound. And a foul's called on a Tiger, they say. Just good hustle there from Perry. Foul goes on Hazen. That'll be her third. Team's first of the quarter. Roberts to bring the ball up for Pendleton Heights. 56-25. 6:59 and counting left here in the fourth. Warfel gets the handoff from Roberts. Crosses over. No look pass to Trout. Now to Jones, top of the key. Into Perry. Corner 3 from Emma Roberts. She has 6 now off of that 3 and is 2 for 3 from behind the arc.
Yeah, the no-look pass there on the left side of the paint there by Bree Perry. Out to the corner for Emma Roberts. And another 3 here for the Arabians.
Reese with it on the opposite wing. Takes a 3, trying to respond. Won't respond. Rebound by Hazen. Fouled on her way up. 2 Arabians in the vicinity. This one goes on the freshman Warfel. It's Aubrey Warfel. That'll be her first. Team's second of the quarter. Hazen will go to the line for 2. She's a 64% free throw shooter on the season. Makes that one.
Yeah.
That'll be her first point of the game. Comes from the free throw stripe. She's averaging about 4.7 points per game. Second one is no good. Rebound by Emma Roberts. Slowing down the offense. Finds Jones. Stops, pops from 3. Won't fall. Goes over the backboard, so they say out of bounds. Will be Lady Tigers basketball. 6:12 left here in the fourth. Conklin will come in for Hazen for Yorktown. 59-26, 33-point lead for Pendleton Heights.
Wasn't a bad shot there for Olivia Jones. Excuse me. She was open on that wing, but looks like she just guided that ball too far to the left.
Reese gives it to Conklin and a near steal by Aubrey Warfel. They say we'll go out of bounds. Last touch by her will be Yorktown basketball still. Barnes to pass it in. Barnes goes to Fields. Back to Barnes off the inbound. Fields into the corner for Reese. Trying to get it into the post. Gets it to Fields in the post. Defended by Perry. Now to Heron. Back out. Wing 3 for Conklin. Gets that one to fall. She now has 11 for Yorktown. Roberts stops and pops for 3. She's now 2 for 4 on that miss. Olivia Jones, you say, is a foul. Foul goes on 15. That's Gracie Heron. That'll be her first, team's third. Olivia Jones, they say was in the act of shooting, so she'll go to the line for 2. 5:31 left here in the fourth. 59-29. Olivia Jones can't get that one to fall. Olivia Jones, the second one. It's up and it's in for her. She has 6. Her highest scoring game this year, 24 points against Delta. Has not put up another double-digit game. She has against Lawrence Central. And a steal by Aubrey Warfel. Up ahead to Jones. And a foul goes on Barnes. That'll be her 4th. Now the team's 3rd.
Yeah, it looked like a push in the back there for the defense. The Yorktown Tigers just trying to stop that break, but a little bit too much contact there. She's trying to drive in.
And Bree Perry gets an uncontested layup for 2. That's her first shot here in the fourth, and it's good. Barnes working on Jones now on the other end, on the wing. Still working on Jones. Finds Reese on the wing. Now working on Trout. Conklin, another wing three. That ball bounces off the rim and goes over the backboard, so it'll be a turnover. Chloe Jones checking in to the game now for Pendleton Heights. Coming in for Olivia Jones. And then Heron will come out for Hargreaves. 4:51 left here in the fourth. 62-29. 33-point lead once again for Pendleton Heights. Roberts hands it off to Trout. Trout, top of the key, finds Perry on the wing. Now over to Aubrey Warfel on the other wing. She'll drive. Her layup, no good. They say will be a foul on Hargreaves of Yorktown. That'll be her first. Team's first. Aubrey Warfel will go to the line for two.
Yeah, Aubrey Warfel there just got kind of stuck up in the paint. Tried to throw that ball up, create the contact, cause the foul, and she definitely did. Now at the free throw line as that first one drops in for her.
And you mentioned that the first one dropping in for her, the second one also dropping in. She now has 4 on the evening. Her last game having 7 against Lawrence Central, going 3 for 3 from the field in that one. Trout defending Reese on the other end, nearly steals it. Now Barnes drives in. Her shot won't fall. Foul goes on Aubrey Warfel. That'll be her second. Team's second. Barnes once again going to the line. 75% free throw shooter. I don't believe she's made one here this evening. But she does make that one, so she now has 7. Cuts the lead to, I believe, 33, as it was a 34-point lead for Pendleton Heights. 4:15 left here in the fourth. Barnes' second one is up and in. And the Roberts finds Trout. She'll drive. Gets her own rebound off the missed shot, but airballs it off of a back foot shot. Hargreaves with the rebound. Reese in the corner now. Barnes on the wing. Off the pass from Reese. Euro step layup. It's good for Barnes. She now has 10. 64-33. Pendleton Heights still leads. 31-point lead now. Roberts crosses the timeline. Goes to Trout on the wing. Over to a cutting Chloe Jones. Now to Perry. Now Aubrey Warfel. Step back. Top of the key three won't fall. Rebound Hargreaves of Yorktown. 3:25 and counting in the fourth. 64-43 or 64-33 still the score. Barnes working on Trout. Loses it, but recovered by Fields. Back to Barnes on the wing. Remember, she has a dribble. Picks up her dribble. A near steal by the freshman Warfel. Conklin into Hargreaves. Hargreaves, the shot is good. She now has 2.
First points of the game there for the freshman, Maya Hargreaves.
And a miscommunication. Couldn't get the ball in. And a substitution here. Sylvester and Garrett will come back in. And it looks like Avery Miller will get some time here. She'll come in for Emma Roberts. Yorktown's ball. Barnes to pass it in. Goes to Sylvester in the post. Her layup falls. She now has 9. Aubrey Warfel to bring the ball up for Pendleton Heights.
Yeah, Aubrey Warfel, taking the role of her sister, as I would assume her sister is sitting out for the rest of the game. They do have a pretty decent lead with only under 2 minutes left now.
Chloe Jones gets it to Warfel. Aubrey Warfel loses her dribble. Ball's tipped out by Sylvester. Will stay with Pendleton Heights. 64-37 with 1:57 left here in the fourth. As you can pretty much say, Pendleton Heights has secured this one. Trout goes to Miller off the inbounds. Avery Miller goes to Trout. Wide open wing three. And Mamie Trout, the three is good. She has 6. Aubrey Barnes with it. Addie Barnes goes to Sylvester. Sylvester, the jumper is good. She now has 11.
Yeah, for Lily Sylvester this game, she is below her average, which definitely says something about the Lady Arabian defense tonight.
Avery Miller steps back 3 and airballs it. Rebounds Sylvester. On the other end, Sylvester working in the post, dumps it off to Garrett. Hargreaves recovers, puts it up and in, and she now has 4, 67-41. With now a minute left to play here in the fourth. Coach Rogers trying to get some of the girls in that don't really play much. And a steal by Garrett off a lazy pass from Aubrey Warfel as her layup misses. Rebound Avery Miller. Now Mamie Trout with it. Finds Perry on the wing. Now to Aubrey Warfel. Her top of the key 3. It won't fall. Rebound Avery Miller. Puts it up, and it's in for Avery Miller. She now has 2.
Avery Miller, the sophomore guard, filling in now as we're getting later into the game, scoring her first points of the night.
Conklin, her shot misses. Rebound Hargreaves. Off the foot of Garrett. Garrett recovers it now. Into the post for Sylvester. She loses it. And you can pretty much say this game is over, as maybe Trout can just hold the ball out, as that will do it for this conference matchup for Pendleton Heights. Your final, Pendleton Heights 69, Yorktown 41, as the clock hits triple zeros here in the fourth. Me and Aiden are going to take a quick break, but when we return, our post-game show here on the Arabian Sports Network 91.7 W.